What is going on, community? It is TJ, aka Flash by Night, doing the re-up from the Not So Bland office. Of course, the re-up, new comic book day books and mail and whatever else I come across throughout the week. And so that's what we're gonna do. I've got one book that came in the mail that I'd actually forgotten about. I Who knows how long I ordered it ago, and maybe a week or two ago, I thought about the book, and I'm like, I know I have this book somewhere, but apparently the book was still en route. It took the long way, and now it is here. And if you don't know what this homage is, shame on you, because I have Howard the Duck issue number 1 with the ODB Brooklyn Zoo homage cover. I've been waiting on this, and what's really funny is I found a hip hop cover that I really want, that I'm really going to cherish, and this may be trade bait. So if you so happen to know someone who has the Champions hip hop cover with the other Wu-Tang homage cover that also looks like the Iwo Jima with, I think it's got Braun and a couple of other people sitting on a beach with a flag. Look out, let me know. I've got a little bit of trade bait, including Howard the Duck, but I was happy that this showed up this week. Next book I have for new comic book day is actually from last week, but I passed on it because I had a few variants already. I think we know where this is going. I passed on it. I went home. I thought about it, and I'm like, well, if they still have a copy when I go back to the store this week, I'll pick it up. And so I got the Knock headshot variant of Moon Knight number 1. I don't know if you can see this really well, but it has kind of a green tint, kind of a green glow, maybe around the eyes and a little bit around the forehead. And that same tint and glow is in a couple of pages in the book. And I was up and down on this store last week about whether or not I should get this, and then I kind of made my mind up in the middle of the week, and I thought if they still have a copy, I'd get it. And they still had a copy. Here we go. Next book I have, I'm not sure whether it is a second print or if it's a special number 1, but I have this black and white Barbaric issue number 1. If you don't know what Barbaric is, you basically got this guy, kind of prehistoric man. I don't know, he's prehistoric or I guess barbarian. I guess you can, for lack of better words, who has been cursed to do the right thing in life, and his I guess North Star, his beacon, the thing that tells him what the right thing is to do, is his axe Owen, that yes, does have a mouth, does have a face, and is also bloodthirsty. So we're gonna check this out. I know there's an issue 2 out already. I've either got to catch up with it or maybe read it on Comixology. We'll see how that goes, but this is a pretty good pickup. Next, I have Shadow Man issue number 4. I actually wanted another cover of this, but I do like this cover. It looks like he's kind of going insane. We'll see what happens in here. I have read Shadow Man 1 and 2. I purchased Shadow Man 3, and once again, it's one of those books that, well, actually, this is my fault, but it's not with me yet, and so we're gonna take care of that, and so I can read Shadow Man 3 and then get to Shadow Man issue number 4. Next new comic book day book, Infinite Frontier issue number 3. And this is again one of those books where I skipped the last issue, so I didn't read number 2 for some reason. But number 3 has a confrontation, a meeting between Barry Allen and the Psycho Pirate. I think most of us know the history of Barry Allen and the Psycho Pirate as it comes to Crisis on Infinite Earths. And we also have the new Black Lantern. If you've been reading this book, I think we know who the new Black Lantern is. They may be throwing us a swerve, but yeah. So we'll check out Infinite Frontier. It's kind of the story of how the new omniverse is kind of coming together, and how people are feeling about it. Because up until now, regular people, your civilians, your day-to-day people, didn't know there was a multiverse and all these good things happening in DC. Well, now people know. And so we're following a few stories about the multi and omniverse in this book to see where it goes. My next book, Robin number 4. Of course, I got that negative space B cover by Francis Manapul with Deathstroke's, because I said Deadstroke. I want to say in issue 2 or 3, Deathstroke's daughter, Ravager. And so Robin is basically Damian Wayne, Bruce Wayne's son, on this island, kind of Mortal Kombat style, and he's kind of not learning new fighting skills, but I think he's learning, like, as they would call it in business, the soft skills, the kind of intangibles he needs to be a better fighter. And also, we get the return of his grandfather, the Demon's Head, Ra's al Ghul. We'll see what he's doing. I feel like, in my limited knowledge of Ra's, I feel like sometimes he's a bad guy with a code of honor, or maybe he's a good guy temporarily. And so we'll see where he falls in this spectrum. But yeah, Robin number 4. And my last new book, I have a variant to this, but my last new book, Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue number 1. I've been waiting for this one for a little while, for 2 reasons. A, it's a Tom Taylor book. Tom Taylor does that work. Tom Taylor brings us the emotion, brings us the action, good storytelling, and I have no doubt he'll do it here. But also, I've been saying, John Kent, who is our new Superman here, a couple of years ago was a child, and like it or not, the writer Brian Michael Bendis grew him up through time travel, space, wormholes, whatever, and now he is an adult, pretty much. And I have been thinking for the last couple of years that maybe we should start giving some of our older legacy characters a rest. No, look, you don't have to kill them all, but kind of put them on the back burner, make them either give them new roles or make them mentors, a la what Jay Garrick is to Barry Allen now. And I think this is a perfect time and a perfect place to kind of start that process. You got Tom Taylor writing it. You've got a John Kent that, whether it's the child version or the grown version, people are latching on to. If you ever had a shot at, maybe in the next 5, 10, 15 years, kind of phasing Clark Kent out into the background a little bit, I think this is the right time. And DC's doing a good job of that with John, with Damian Wayne, as we talked about earlier, with Yara Flor as the Wonder Girl right now, and the future state Wonder Woman, and with Wally taking over for Barry as the Flash. Like, DC is doing a good job with their young heroes now, and I think now is as good a time as you're gonna get if you want to really make those young heroes make an impact and stay around and maybe take over the big boy roles in DC. In my last book, I have the B cover to Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue number 1. Of course, with John and Damian on the front, because if you read this book, John is in here because Damian is in here because on John's first day of Superman, of course, he and Damian are going to kick it. Before I go, there are a couple of books that I didn't get that I am going to try and either find or maybe grab on Comixology. I know I want to read Good Luck issue number 2 from Boom Studios. I'm probably going to go and get that on Comixology. I gave the first one a shot and it was up in the air, but I decided to see what number 2 has in store. And also, I may go and find Shang-Chi number 3, the Skybound X issue number 4, because it has an excellent story in it, and also the other history of the DC universe with Anissa Pierce, Black Lightning's oldest daughter. And so we'll see how that hunt goes. But if you enjoyed yourself, if you like what you see here, hit the like button. And if you want to keep seeing me bring this content to you, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and as always, leave comments. And we are going to end it the same way we always do. Love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.